All right, so building a buyer's list, and this is very important. Like I told you, by the way, congratulations again to all the members who've gotten a total of 8 properties under contract just in the past week. I'm really excited for you guys. I can't wait to jump on the phone with you guys on our next call because you are just going to crush it now, and we got to get those properties out of there. Got to sell them. And that's what kind of a little bit what we're talking about today is selling those properties that you have and building a buyer's list. Again, just a reminder for those just joining in, throw any real estate question you have in the comment section below. It could be about anything. I know I'm talking a little bit about buyers and sellers right now, but any real estate question you have, throw it in the comment section below, okay? That's what Mondays at 12 is all about. It's for you, real estate questions, any curveball, hard challenge, not so hard, whatever it is. No questions stupid, no questions too small, all right? No questions too big either. Okay, so so congratulations to everyone who's got properties under contract. Well done. Now, when it comes to marketing that property, you're going to get a little, I don't want to say infiltrated, but you're going to get a bunch of people inquiring about the property. Okay, those are called potential buyers. So like I told you a little bit ago, I have, how many did I say? Do you remember? Do you remember what I said? I said I have how many? 4 there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9. Do you remember that number? I have 9 potential buyers that have contacted us from Friday till today. Okay, from Friday till today. And because it was the weekend and Father's Day weekend, I heard it was Father's Day weekend. By the way, I don't know if you knew this, but in Uganda, Father's Day is not until Friday, Friday the 21st. And I didn't know it was Father's Day yesterday. So I called my dad and I'm like, hey, happy Father's Day. Sorry, I missed it. And he's like, no, happy Father's Day to you. And I'm like, happy Father's Day to you. So we went back and forth a little bit about that. Father's Day in Uganda is actually on Friday. So I didn't really know. I wasn't really I wasn't even online over the weekend. So I wasn't really paying attention to that. So anyway, over the weekend, I kind of, I take Sundays off completely. But as the leads were coming in, got to get back to them on Monday, right? So the follow-up process, lead capture and follow-up process. And those are the 2 things that really want to kind of nail down today on the training. You have to have a way to capture. Now, if you're getting someone who's messaging you on Craigslist, right? Guess what? That just comes in. Sometimes they don't even see your real email through Craigslist. Sometimes they send you their phone number. Most of the time they don't. They just inquire. They just say, hey, does this property have any restrictions? Or, I don't know, all kinds of questions. Hold on. I think the biggest question I get the most is, what's the address? It's like, the address is there. There's a map, but they still ask you for the address. Just expect that. That's normal, all right? The other thing they'll ask is, what's the price? Even though sometimes the price is there. Sometimes people just skip over these things because they're so, I don't know what the word is, but they're just so interested, or I don't know. I don't know. It's just like that a lot. So I wish I had an answer for you in regards to why people do that. But so you just have to respond to them. So sometimes you don't have a full, complete email, especially if it's email on Craigslist, or they may not give you a phone number. So you have to extract. The goal is to extract and get the phone number or email from your potential buyers. Now, if you're thinking why would I do that? If someone's just messaging on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, and they're not going to your specific site, filling out a form or anything like that, if they're not doing that, you're going to want to extract and get that information. Why? There's fortune in the follow-up. There's fortune in the follow-up. And we just sold, we just rented out another short-term rental because we initially got an inquiry last Tuesday, I think it was, Wednesday. We got some inquiries on Tuesday, Wednesday when we did the post, and we followed up with them. Because we couldn't find the exact property they were looking for, we found them a different property they were looking for because we had their contact information. And we said, hey, if this one doesn't work out for you, would you be interested in another one? And this works very well with land or single-family houses, owner-financed properties. Your buyer may contact you initially first for one particular type of property. Okay, they may initially do that, but they may not get you on They may not buy on that particular property, so you might get them on the next property or another property you market. Maybe you're running a promotion on a property. Maybe one property just you got under contract and now you have a new property to share with your list. You want to let them know that. So with that being said, you have to have capturing software. You do not. I don't even have a sticky note to show you. Can you imagine? That's a great thing. That's a great thing. I don't have sticky notes, but you don't want to just write down their information on a sticky note on a piece of paper, and that piece of paper just like disappears or gets shoved underneath your desk, or you got a whole stack of sticky notes on your back wall or in front of your desk or anything, or around your monitor. You don't want to do that, okay? Because that just gets really messy. You want to have a CRM system. Okay, CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management System. You want to have some type of CRM that is going to help you do that. Let me tell you something up front, okay, about software. The interesting thing about software is people can recommend. So I can recommend it to you, but then all of a sudden you're like, this software sucks. And I'll tell you why. Software is designed around certain types of people. Like it goes down to like some people are more visual, some people are more data driven, some people are more like the analytics driven. So it really comes down to the person in their mind and the way they see things. So I'm going to recommend a few to you. I'm going to tell you why I like them, but you might not like them. And there's going to be some that I don't like that you might enjoy. And that's because software plays a part into two different types of people. What's important is you should have a software, okay, to manage your buyers. In addition to that, it's something that I think should be mobile friendly or iPad friendly, some tablet friendly, okay? And that's because you can take it with you. You should not just have your software on your computer, because the reality of this business is you're out and about, you're doing your thing, building your business, and all of a sudden a contact comes in, a lead comes in, and now you just have it there, right? So you need to have a process and a system for that. Now, what I'm not talking about or referring to right now is on your main web. I don't want to confuse you in the moment, but let's not go there. Let me first go here, and then we'll go there. Did you understand what I just said? We're going to go here first, then we're going to go there. Okay. So first, let me show you a CRM called Salesmate. Okay. Salesmate is a really unique software. I actually got this referred to me through one of our members, who referred it to him through a virtual assistant. And he asked me, he's like, you ever heard of this software before? And I was like, no, but I'll check it out. I like checking it out. Now, when I checked out Salesmate, I was like, oh, okay, this is really familiar. And I said, this is really familiar. This reminds me of Pipedrive. Okay. Now, Pipedrive, I actually used to use in one of my older companies, a media company that we used to have that I sold off. And this was actually a very good software. Really liked it. However, why is it doing that? Okay. However, it didn't allow the functionality that I was really looking for real estate. Okay. So we couldn't use Pipedrive. Maybe if you check it out, you can see if you like it. But me personally, I don't really like it. The beautiful thing about software is that they all say try it free. Now, you can pretty much try these things out for 14 days or 30 days. This one had no credit card required. But you can try these out pretty much for free. And that's what you should do. You actually should check them out and look at the UI. The UI is the user interface. That means when you log in and you see things on the dashboard, like the way things are laid out, if it's easy to click on, dive into certain things, maybe where the contacts are laid out, right? Things like that. If you enjoy the layout, sometimes it's even colors, okay? Like Podio, for example, has just a very simple gray color. So you really want to find something that you can work with, because the reality of the truth is, and the truth of the matter is, that any software is pretty much going to get the job done, right? It just comes down to the user and what their experience is. Most softwares are going to do most of the things. You can pretty much, as long as you're not running your entire business off an Excel spreadsheet, which is usually the first level of entry for database management, as long as you're a step above that using some kind of software, you'll be okay. And then there's some softwares that get more advanced as your company grows. Then you can invest more into bigger softwares that are going to help leverage your company, okay? But here are some basic ones to get started with that are going to help you keep track. You got to always think about that, because if you were to literally not literally, but figuratively, if you were to figuratively get hit by a bus, which would be a horrible thing, then how is your business going to be replaced? Who's going to replace you? How is someone going to come behind you and pick up where you left off? That's the kind of mindset you want to have. And that is, Michael Gerber talks about that very well, not in the E-Myth. I mean, he does talk about it in the E-Myth, but he additionally talks about it in his additional trainings that I've gone through. And that's how can you make yourself duplicatable? How can you make the process duplicatable? If you were to get, annihilated, how can someone easily step into your shoes and run the business for you? That's what software and systems really help in this area. So Salesmate is a really good, Salesmate is a really good software. It's a good CRM. It's a basic CRM. It's not very complicated, and it has a lot of these things that gives you pipelines, activity tracking, email tracking. You can actually take your company email and integrate it into Salesmate, and then with that means you can send out your company emails through it. So you don't have to have your company emails going into your personal email if you have something like that, or you don't have to log into a different software. It's actually all within Salesmate, which is really nice. Another really cool feature is you can actually call people, your potential, your sellers, you can call your buyers, all through Salesmate, and you can track all your notes in there, such as data entry automation, sales automation. But there's also a place for like booking appointments, making a phone call, leaving notes, adding attachments. Maybe you need to add a contract, whatever you need to do. It's really nice. Again, it has some good features to it in regards to sales forecasting. But here, if you look at my screen, you can see how there's the sales pipeline, and there's a visual. You see, this is the kind of like the visual. You can see how many deals you're working with, total value. There is a small learning curve to the software. There will be with any software, by the way. There is always going to be a learning curve. But at least, like, if you look at this one, this is the one thing Pipedrive doesn't give you, which sucks. But this, to me, this is actually even better than Pipedrive. So, excuse me. If you look at this, screen here where it shows a quick view, you can kind of see like an example. Like, this is the property address. These are the details. Who is the contact? Who's the potential buyer? And if they have a company, stuff like that. You can actually see that broken down. So it could be, and then there's the won and the lost. You can see the won and the lost there is if you won the deal, it means you closing on it, or if you lost the deal and they're not closing on it, then all that breaks down, right? Everything kind of breaks down into categories. You can actually, if someone doesn't buy and it's a lost lead, then you can put them in a campaign where they're going to get emails for your other properties, your future properties, okay? So things like that, it creates pipelines, okay, which is really important. I was going to just show you an important thing. Right here. Apple Store, Google, take it on the go. Really important. Take it on the go. I always like to go over pricing in case you want to know what that is. Again, this is billed annually, billed monthly, depending on what your thing is. I always recommend, let me tell you something I recommend about software. Even if you go through the trial period, start off monthly. I'm going to tell you why. It's a very important thing. Start off monthly, because even after the free trial, you may go 3 months down the road and be like, you know what? I found another software that's better, or I'm not really feeling this software even though I thought I was. And now you're not feeling like you're billed annually, like, I got to stick with this software for the rest of the year. So start off the next, I would recommend 6 months, okay? Just in your mind, go for the next 6 months after the free trial. You're like, okay, I'm past the free trial. I want to try using this in my business. Let me see how it works. So you go 6 months. If you really like it, you're like, this is my baby. Like, I'm not leaving this software. Go for the annual, save some money. That's what I always do, and that's what I recommend to a lot of people, so you can save some money, because after a while, expenses in your business can really add up, and this is a great way to save some money. Okay, so that's just my recommendation there. So if we start off on the monthly, it's $15 a month for this, and it gives you everything you see here. Reoccurring activities is not included, depending on how you want to use that, but any activity management. I'll tell you what, with activity management, for example, if my VA logs in and makes an adjustment or a change, I'll see it in the activity management feed. So I'll see if I have virtual assistants diving in and they're making updates and adding contacts or adding buys, whatever they're doing, I'm able to see. So now this is on the starter package, okay, what I'm showing you here. This is starter, this is growth. There's some things that are here that are important, like calendar sync That's really nice. Like if you want calendar sync and goal management. So the growth is probably a much better option in that aspect. Okay, maybe down the line, maybe depending on what you want to see and what you want to do with that. So a lot of good features here. Multi-currency, not really needed. Well, depends on what where you're investing. You can design the layouts, which is really nice to your thing. Here's something. Okay, here's the deal breaker right here. Well, deal breaker from Pipedrive. Okay, Pipedrive doesn't allow you to change the pipelines or add multiple. You can add multiple pipelines, but they don't allow you to change them around or the stages, which is horrible. They keep it custom. Excuse me. Oh gosh, they have it fixed. In Salesmate, you're able to customize your pipeline and your stages, which is awesome, especially for real estate investors. Okay, for what we're doing, this is like crucial. You may not know it now, but you'll thank me later. You can do email sync and all that jazz right in here. You can do voice calls, right? So voice and text. You can do it through Skype. You can do it through FaceTime. I don't know what this is. Nolarity. I've never used it, so I really don't know. You can do call transferring. You can do built-in calling. You can do Salesmate inbuilt calling. Basically, if you're going to do calling through Salesmate, you can do it all through there. Really powerful, little system and added feature there. A lot of look at reports and dashboard. A lot of stuff for reports, so you can see what's going on. Mobile apps, we mentioned that earlier, and add-on integrations. There's a bunch of these. So let's say you use MailChimp as an integration. Maybe you have a Gmail account as an integration. Google Drive, Google Maps, really important stuff. There's a lot of integrations, and as well as Zapier, which is one of the most powerful integrations we have in our business. So yeah, there's a lot here. Really great, and I really have enjoyed this software. We've tested it, we're using it. We like it on a certain part of our business, so that's one of them.